Alright, hey guys and gals, it's Ray here, and I'm sitting today, gonna try something a little different. Sitting down. It's hot as balls in here, so yeah. Alright, so today I'm gonna start off with a couple animals that have come out of quarantine, show you guys them, and then we're gonna go through how not to go broke when getting into ball pythons. Or I assume any reptile in general, but this is I have gotten into ball pythons. That's where my experience is for the most part, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So first animal is a pastel het clown. She's nippy, but she's cool. She eats well. Awesome. I named her Lola. And she's so pretty. She's a really bright one. My other pastel I have, you guys see her? Probably won't focus very well, but she's a real bright pastel. Like, I'll show you my other pastel. This one's a little more orange, whereas the het clown is a little more yellow and faded out. See, I don't know if you guys can see the difference there. This girl, my original ball python, Spud, she's quite a bit more orange than this girl. But this new girl of mine I've got has been eating well. I really like the pattern on her. She's got more of a normal pattern, normalized pattern with the alien heads. As opposed to my other pastel, she's got more of a whacked out kind of pattern, which I like. I like both of them actually, but it's cool to have a couple pastels that kind of look different. And this girl is going to be going with my Cine het clown male. Hopefully make some pewter clowns, and then they'll be going into projects later down the road. So yeah, excited for her. I've got some rats thawing out here, and this other girl I got, it kind of fell into my hands. We're going to talk about this later on in the video, but guy was moving, couldn't take the animal. But anyways, she's a fire female, and yeah, she's in shed right now, but I'll take her out, show you guys. She's very nice, been eating like an animal. I've had her for about a month now, and she's shed. This is her second shed. So when I talked to the guy, he said he was offering her small rats, which to me for this girl was way too much, and she's grown since I've got her. So if she was taking small rats, like, she was probably had to be pretty hungry before she took one. I've been feeding her weaned rats. She only turns them down when she's in blue, which I probably won't attempt to feed her tonight because she's got blue eye caps. So, but yeah, she's awesome. Very, very calm. I don't know how much she was worked with, but she seems like a pretty calm animal. Eats well, shedding out well. So yeah, and yeah, we'll talk about her in a bit. So now that I've shown you my two animals that have come out of quarantine, and my pastel het clown's essed up looking at me like she wants to bite me, but that's fine. She can go and knock her head against the tub if she wants. Alright, so how not to go broke when getting into ball pythons. I decided to do this video because I've talked to numerous people who lost, one of them, he lost tens of thousands of dollars by just going balls deep, you know, no foreplay, and just went right to the base, and they just get burned out, ripped off, and then they end up just fire sale all their animals. So yeah, I'm going to talk about how to avoid that kind of thing, hopefully. and this is from my experience. If you guys have any experiences that I'm not mentioning, or you have anything you think I should elaborate on or whatever, just comment. I'll make another video. Yeah. So, number one, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So, if somebody is selling animals for, you know, breeder size, single gene, double gene, triple gene, whatever, for like 70 bucks, 90 bucks, $100, like, why? Why are they selling them that cheap, for one? And if they're saying, oh, I'm getting out of it, I'm getting out of it, why? Why are you getting out of it? Because from my experience and from what I've heard, probably 8 times out of 10 when you hear that kind of thing, it's because they're having problems. Mites, some people, they get mites and they're freaking out. They're selling everything. They don't want anything to do with ball pythons anymore. RIs, other issues, who knows what's going on. Yeah, so you just got to be careful of that. I have heard of guys getting crazy deals on animals, but yeah, and the one guy turned out all right, but I heard what he paid for the I was like, whew, you better be careful with that animal. Quarantine it well, because that sounds way too good to be true. But it turned out he just worked with the guy a lot. They did a lot of deals, and he just sold him a really good animal for cheap. And sounds like the guy who was selling it kind of had remorse at the end of the deal, but he did honor the deal. So, and another thing is hets. If somebody is saying, "Oh yeah, this is het clown, het albino, het lavender albino, triple het," like, if it's not a reputable guy, I don't even bother buying hets from people that I don't trust or don't know, or they're just not reputable guys. There's big breeders I'll go to. If they say it's het this, I'll buy it, no problem. If it's just some Joe Blow from Kijiji or Facebook or whatever, if it's a morph I want, I'll buy it for the morph. If it's het, I'm going to assume it's not that het. If they're saying it's het, I don't care who it is. That's just me. If you operate differently, power to you. But if there's no visual way I can tell it's a het, or they don't have proof, they don't have papers with it, I ain't buying it. Another thing, shop around. Don't just go to one guy or one girl, sorry. You can look around. Other people will have different prices. With the larger breeders, the more reputable people, I don't haggle with too much, because you're getting service for the life of that animal. I've bought animals off like the Facebook Kijiji kind of thing. Have a problem? Don't even try. They won't even send you a message back, nothing. So from the larger breeders, you do pay a bit of a premium, but honestly, it's worth it. And when I'm dealing with them, they would say a price. If I think it's a little high, I'll say, do you think you can do a little better on the price? And usually they'll say something. Or, like with my Enchi banana, tried to haggle. No way. If I didn't want to pay that price, he'd sell to somebody else. And that's the way it goes. If something's in demand and they know they can get that price, or that's the price they want, you either pay it or you don't. That's what it comes down to. Oh, and another thing, don't be afraid to think of an animal. I was actually at a show about a month ago, and there's a crested gecko for $300, and I was just like, whoa, like, this is a badass looking animal. Anyways, I was like, alright, well, I need to think about it, because saving some money for reasons and stuff like that. So I went and thought about it, and then I was going to go back and look at it again. Somebody had bought it. But was I mad? Nope. I would have loved to have the animal, but it saved me $300. That's the way I looked at it. And there's going to be lots of other nice animals out there. Not a big deal. I'm producing my own crested geckos too, so whatever. And here's a big thing. Think about the projects you want to work on and stick to them. So when you're looking for animals, you want to get into a project. Figure out what project you want and stick to it. It's very difficult. You're going to see animals, when you're buying animals from a larger breeder, they're going to say, hey, I'll throw this one in for you for a good price. But if it doesn't work in with your projects, just stick with the animal. Or if you know you can get that other animal, you know somebody that needs it or wants it, and you could just flip it quick, sure. But you're taking a risk there. Depends on what the animal is and how much it's going to cost. So the big thing is just stick to your projects. And something that goes with that is buy animals, especially when you're buying males that go into multiple projects. So when you're buying your males, think of what genes you want in other animals and buy males that can fit into a couple different projects. My Cine het clown, he works to my clown project. I have another project he can work in with, and that GHI he's actually going to go to. So he's working into 3 projects, 1 male. That's pretty awesome. Couple of the females, I have a couple projects. Obviously, you can't do, it's going to take more time with the females, but they do work into a couple projects, and as I build up, I'll have more, so. Alright, sorry about that. Stopped recording for some reason. So yeah, as I was saying, especially when you're buying males, buy animals that fit into multiple projects. Another thing, time when you're buying animals to when stocks are high. So like right now, I see people all the time looking for banana. In my area, generally March, April, May, it seems like there's not a lot of animals available. So naturally, somebody who has one, sees everybody wants them, you're going to have to pay more. Whereas when people are looking to sell off their hatchlings as they come in, people are kind of itching to sell, that's when you want to buy. Or when you're at a show, that's usually when people are letting things go cheaper. So then that's when you want to buy. You don't want to buy when everybody's looking and nobody has, because demand is high, prices are going to follow. And like I said before, you can buy when there's a lot of animals and then flip them and make a bit of money that way. I know I've bought some animals. I was looking into getting into another recessive project, and then I bought an animal, and then I saw somebody was looking for one. Let them know that I had one available. They saw it, they loved it. They wanted to know what I wanted for it. I threw a price. They were happy to pay it, and I was happy to make the money on it. So when there's lots of animals available, you can get them cheap. If there's an animal you're kind of humming and hawing about, not sure, if it's a good price and you are pretty sure you could make a little money on it, sure, why not? That one I just got lucky. I bought it because it was a good price. I was considering getting into the project and then had second thoughts, made some money on it. And then this one is probably the most important one, is you have to learn to say no to animals, even if it's a good deal. So when I was buying my pastel het clown, that's the same guy I was buying it from, offered me a normal het clown for a really good price. But it's a hatchling. There's a hatchling. So I'm going to have to feed it and grow it up. It's going to be taking up space at that time. And at the end of the day, it's only going to fit into one project. And honestly, it's just a normal het clown. So I would rather wait, spend a little more money, get a couple genes, and produce something a little higher end, something that will work in with other projects, something that is a bit better of an investment, and something I'll probably appreciate a little bit more than rather than just having a het. So yeah, that's what I've learned so far from my time dealing with ball pythons and to some extent crested geckos. So yeah, if you have anything to add, if you feel like I missed anything, feel free to comment, and I'll definitely get back to you. And as a bonus, I got a new crested gecko, so I'll show you him. Oh yeah. He's got a red base. Oh, you can't see him. Well, whatever. Alright. Comment if you have any questions or anything. And yeah, hope you guys are having a great season. And I'll see you later.